because I'm more interested in finding out more about you just as a person.
Hmm.
A lot of people know about like Pearl. I seen the Vice. That was so funny, and I'm sure we'll talk about it or whatever. But um, I'm just more interested in finding out about like why you moved to London and
Hmm.
what it was like being raised around 10 kids
Hmm.
and things like that. So you play volleyball. Let's start there.
Okay. Yes, I play volleyball.
So one of the conversations that I was asking Pearl about off camera or on the phone or whatever was she was talking about, yeah, I got to go, for volleyball because you play semi-pro, right?
Hmm.
But she was blowing up on YouTube. And so I couldn't understand for the life of me, like, why is volleyball the priority? What is it about you in sports volleyball?
Oh, well, I just love volleyball and I've just loved it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
This is my last season for sure. I'm done. This was like so stressful, but I'm just someone like when I make a commitment to something, like I finish it. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to quit on the mid-season when
So it's more about your teammates then.
partially I mean, I love it. I absolutely love playing. I'm trying to win the England title, but it's just too much. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing that. I'm doing my master's degree. I'm doing the YouTube. It's just like it's been too much the last couple months.
So
So
you are like you still doing school then too then.
unfortunate, barely, barely.
Is school more or less a thing? Because my parents wanted me to go to college and wanted
Hmm.
me to finish, which
Hmm.
was the only inspiration that I had to finish because I was already doing my own thing. Is that more or less the reason why you decided to go with school? Like,
No, it was like a dual program. So I graduated undergrad.
okay,
I graduated with a degree in economics and business administration.
I could tell. I could tell.
So did that. I worked in sales for 2 years and I hated my job. Like I literally hated it. I worked in sales. It was horrible. I sold copiers. So what happened was I started a TikTok account and I posted a video, a story about my family, and that went viral.
Yeah,
And then I was like, oh, I think I have pretty good camera presence. I think I'm good at telling stories. Like I think I'm good at social media. So I decided I was going to quit.
hmm,
And I decided what I was going to do when I quit was I was going to go to England for a year and play volleyball and get a master's degree. It's like a dual program.
yeah,
I didn't really care about the master's. It was just like a cool
yeah,
program.
yeah, yeah.
A lot of girls from my school did it. You get a master's in a year.
Right.
But and then my goal was to go pro the year after and make enough money from YouTube to supplement the pro income.
So you already had it kind of planned out then.
Yeah, I mean, the plans changed obviously because
Yeah,
the YouTube thing got bigger than I thought. I just wanted to make like 1 to 2 grand a month because you can get like 1 to 2 grand a month from volleyball. Like,
yeah,
there's not a lot of money in women's
yeah,
sports.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, if I can get like a little bit from YouTube, then I'll be okay.
So because I discovered you again, and it's funny that you mentioned the TikTok thing. I discovered you back when you were doing a lot more stuff, like showing what was going on in your household and your family and all
Hmm.
of that other type of stuff. And just to see the evolution and people really catching on and people loving you. Why do you think that people love you so much? Like you specifically, because you kind of break the mold.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We used to Instagram models and all of the the Amber Roses and the Brittany Renners and all of that. We used to that getting the most visibility. Why do you think that you broke the mold just from a content creation perspective?
Um, I mean, I just don't think there's a lot of women that advocate for men's issues.
Yeah.
So I think like part of it was first mover advantage. I had a really good team around me.
Mm.
And honestly, I just worked hard. So I would say those three things. And like, honestly, I do think people like to see the evolution of people on the channel. I think
Yeah.
that's fun for the viewers. So you can kind of see like my friends getting red pilled in real time. And then
Yeah.
me, like, first it was me getting red pilled in real time. So it's
Right.
kind of like an evolution. So I just think people like to see like the progress.
Throughout the process, though, you've created a lot of women. I like to call them, in your words, whales and different women that come at you,
Yeah.
which is weird. Well, it's not weird, but it's funny because I used to talk to Kevin Samuels on a regular basis, and he believed in the same thing that you believed in as far as leaving up the old content to let people see the
Mm.
evolution. But they not just coming for men, or they not just coming for the Kevin Samuels type or guys that advocate for men's. They come for you more. It seemed like.
Hmm.
Are you used to it yet?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm used to the whales coming for me. I mean, like, I just don't understand why whales don't think they can be made fun of, just like everyone else. Like, they can
Yeah.
make fun of me on the internet. Why can't I make fun of you?
Yeah,
And
I
it's
agree.
yeah. So that's my issue with the whales. It's like you get to be made fun of just like everyone else.
They I was watching the Vice. I thought that was incredibly like funny because it was more like it seemed like the majority of the women on the panel wanted to separate women and men because you kept saying, "Yo, I'm just talking about women versus men." And then they wanted to make it other, disabilities and all of this other type of stuff. And then at the end you said they just soft.
Oh yeah, they are. They were soft, and they edited out so much.
Yeah,
Is
I
the
could tell.
worst part. They were trying to edit me to look crazy or whatever. They were trying to, but I was like, I'm too sane. You can't edit me to look crazy. And the thing is, they freaked out. Like the libs on the panel, there's
Yeah.
like two girls that had complete freakouts they cut.
Did they really?
Yes,
I
and
wonder why they cut it.
that's why you'll see at the end we started raising hands because it was like this girl in the because the libs looked bad.
Which one? Well, I seen the one that was on the end. Well, okay, it was two on the end that was in the front. It was the handicap one.
Yeah.
And then it was like a really, really passionate one.
The one in the front.
The one that was more closer to you.
She was in that girl freaked out.
That was the one that freaked out?
Yeah, and
I
that's
figured.
the thing. Like, if they put in the full footage, like, they would look even crazier. They would look insane. But we were there for 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah, we were there for 6 hours. Like, I don't remember what % of that was filming. Like, I know we got there and had to wait, so maybe it was 4 hours, 3 hours filming. But like, there was so much more footage.
They edited it down to what, 40, 50 minutes or something?
45 minutes.
I got so much to ask you, just outside of that, right? Because I also want to get a lot of people, and I kind of did a video of this the other day. You catch a lot of heat just all across the board, and I think that comes along with just being visible and being more popular, right? And being polarizing as far as your views, right? But you got a crazy work ethic. You got to, if y'all know who Pearl is, like, she appeared here, she appeared there, so on and so forth. I don't believe that your rise has anything to do with luck. I think that everything that you've done up to this point has everything to do with just consistency and work ethic. What do you think? What do you think about people that say that you just caught a wave or you filled a void or something like that?
I mean, I will say there's a little truth to that. I mean, I was one of the first women in Red Pill to do it, but I was one of the first ones to do it and go all in. No one else went all in. But for me, it's like, I'm just so passionate about making content. It's like not even work to me. Like, I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love, like, I think that you can have a conversation on screen that represents what's like going on in society.
Yeah.
And the Brittany Renner, Andrew Tate, like that video, I felt like represented what was going on in society, because you could see, like, there's going to be a lot of girls that are single mothers at 30 and going to be in a very similar position to Brittany.
Yeah.
And this is the conversation like we're having as a group. And I just think that's like what I try to create on screen.
Yeah.
Is, conversations that happen behind closed doors, but we can bring them to the forefront to show what's going on.